everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today we are putting out some slurry. As you've seen there at the start, the 3690 is on the agitator. She's been doing quite a lot of agitating the last while. We've just been using her, testing out the PTO on her, just giving her, you know, long hours, hard work on the PTO, see how she handles it, handling it very well. Just at this very moment in time, I'm just after sticking the agitator in the tank. And as always, what you should always do when you're agitating, when you put it in, tractor a bit more than taking over, and stay out of the shed, stay away, let it knock the gases out. You just can't be safe enough around slurry. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. So while I'm doing that, while the agitator is just knocking the gas out before I start giving it a good rip and we talk a bit more about that, I would like to give today's sponsor a good mention. Olight Torches, they're sponsored today's video. They're having another huge flash sale on starting 8 o'clock Monday the 22nd of June, ending midnight Wednesday the 24th of June, up to 40% off some of their torches and bundles. So check that out at that time if you want to get yourself a Savage torch with a huge discount. And also the kind people of the Olight have also given me a coupon code FARM10. So when you're buying any torches off them, works anytime, you get 10% off whatever you're buying, except for on the X9R torch. But on all the other torches, 10% off if you use the coupon code FARM10. But the coupon code doesn't work on any of the items that is on sale on the flash sale. And also we'll be having a look at the Prune Mini, which has recently been released by them at the end of the video. But anyways, again to today's video. So we are currently on one of our out farms. We're stirring up a tank to put out on silage ground that we'll be dribbling with the tanker. I have my drone with me. It's a bit drocky. There's frequent showers. It's raining and it's not raining, but it's a great time to do it. We've been putting off our own slurry until there was a bit of rain, because the last thing you want to do is when there is a bit of rain or in the good dry hot weather is put out slurry, because if it cakes on top of the grass, that's where it just dries out. If it does that on top of the grass, you're going to bring it back in the silage, because no amount of rain will get it to break down if it dries out on the grass. So with the bit of rain that's falling now, it's a great time to get a bit of slurry out. My father is actually at home using the 35X and the wee shaker to plough a bit of can to get some of our paddocks up and going. Now that there's a bit of rain, that should spark a bit of growth, and put a bit of can on it as well, a bit of nitrogen, that'll give it a good old boost. We've been actually doing quite a lot of slurry the last couple of weeks. I haven't been videoing any of it because I just have so many videos in a backlog there, and I just wanted to work my way through them rather than it kind of gave myself a break. I got a week there where I didn't have to worry about, do I have to get a video made and any of that. It was quite nice just not having to pick up the camera for a week. I still had head and everything, but I just didn't have to try and plan out what was I going to do, how was I going to film it, did I have to ask for permission and all of that whole crack. But no, it was grand. But yeah, we've been busy at slurry. You'll see yourself now, tankers dirty, tractors are dirty. It's purely because we've been at slurry. I don't see the point in washing my tanker after the end of every job, because that would be an extra hour spent not getting into bed washing the tanker just to get dirty the next day. We wash the tankers 3-4 times in two or three times in the year. That's about the height of it. In between spells of work, that's about the height of it. The tractors then I try and keep washed as much as I can, and my tractor's very bad with dust. My 3690 is doing all the harrowing this year, bar the bit, the 6499, it's done everything. The 3690 is an absolute animal of a workhorse and going fierce well for us so far. A little bit issues with the dyno shift at the minute, but it comes and it goes. But apart from that, everything else is going fine. There's going to be a lot of moving and throwing and that with this tank. It's 5 bays long, 1 agitation point on the outside, so it's very hard to get to the other end. During the winter we had to take the odd load of stuff out of it and move it into different tanks, because we had cattle in that shed, whereas there's 2 other tanks on the farm. There's one there which has no cattle in it. There's machinery parked on it from the owner of the farm. His stuff is parked there. There's slats are broke, that's why we couldn't put cattle on it. There's like chips gone over it, good for cows, but for our kind of stock it's too dangerous. We also have a small tank under a shed just there that collects the runoff of the yard. Them 2 tanks are full of water, and in that tank could be an absolute devil to get. So we're going to have to be moving water to and from, and agitate a bit and spread a bit, and move water and then agitate and spread a bit. And also when we do go over and look at the shed, you may see there is stuff above the slats in the shed, and that is because we got a bit of a fright. So we did, after the cattle had gone out, doing our daily business, went through the yard and we looked into the shed, and we noticed there was stuff above the slats, only to find out that the gutters at the back of the shed were blocked, and it let in water. It filled the tank and it pushed the stuff up through the slats. So we had to fix that, and that's why there's a bit of shit on top of the slats. So the agitation point has gone tick there now, so we will lift it up out of it. We will take out to a load, and yeah, then we're going to have to start transferring around water out of the other tanks into it. That would be the plan. So we're just going out with the first load there, dribbling, and they're on at 2,500 gallons to the acre. We're covering our silage ground. That's all we really have to cover. We've 3 fields. 2 of the silage ground fields are going for reseeding. There's dung in the yard. It'll be going on to that in due course when we get sprayed off. But we want to get the slurry out onto these grounds to bring on the silage, because these fields won't be going for our second cut pit at home. These will be going for bales and staying on the farm so we can feed the cattle that we house on this south farm for the winter. So yeah, that's really it. So just have the first load spread there, but that's not why I turned on the camera. A few things I forgot when in my opening rant. No, I've actually forgotten one of them. Anyways, remind that merchandise. As you can see, I'm wearing my No School Like Old School t-shirt. I do apologise for anyone that hasn't been getting any merch they've ordered in a timely fashion and has had to get refunds. I was talking to my man, and with COVID-19, the supply chain is just all over the place. It's given them awful hassle altogether, and he was saying that they're going, in the next couple of months they're going to be consolidating their business, bringing it back home to try and streamline the thing, as COVID-19 has just shown the flaws in the system. So it'll be a month or 2, maybe 3, just before the thing settles itself back out, and merch will be flowing as per usual. But just so you know, and anyone that does go to buy some, they're having woeful problems with COVID-19 and just shipping and getting supplies and stuff. It's giving them awful grief at the minute. We have to get water now, because I'm not going to get any more. This is going to be a ringing bastard to get done. So yeah, we get a load of water into that and stirring her it and getting her out. Fun, 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 fun. Exactly what I'm facing into, and what makes it worse is it's my own bloody tank. So I have 2 load out of the tank. I've all my water exhausted I've all my water used out of the collecting tank. So now I just have the lids off this other slatted shed tank, cattle tank, whatever you want to call it. So pop in the agitator, we give it a rip, and we see what it's like. It should be pure water, because there's no cattle in it, so I can't see anything other than water. But hopefully there's enough in it. It's literally, they're both the same tank. Well, actually, that's a bay shorter. Yeah. So the tank I'm putting it into now, if I can get turned around, is a bay shorter than the one I'm agitating. So if it's full of water, I should be all right. Should be all right. I forgot to say, the tank I'm agitating that tank, it's 6 foot, so it's not very deep. So there's not actually a whole lot of slurry in it, but it's just to get it out is going to be the problem. So anyways. heading on home. Last load of water got a nice bit of it moving now. It seemed to give a bit more of a go than it has done so far. So hopefully I'll get 2 load of that out of it. When I come back tomorrow, I'll have my long pipe that I can pump across the water from the tank with the agitator. Hopefully I'll get more than 1 load at a time out. That'll be a big help. So I have to bring home the agitator because tomorrow we're going off to spread for 2 different farmers. A couple of load out, a few tanks to cover silage ground and grazing ground that's been cut, and then I'll get back to that to try and get it done. So that's the plan anyways, that's what's happening. So yeah, we'll pick it up in the morning. So now it's day 2 at the job. Just after moving bullocks before we started moving them through the yard to go on to the next paddock, and just after rolling off the pipe there. As you can see, it's a bit long, so I had to waste it up. So hopefully now we've no leaks. We turn this on and we see what happens. Hopefully now I don't end up with any leaks on it. And there's one anyways. Take 2. That didn't sound good. So, take 3. Hopefully third time lucky. That was the shear board was after going there. So there's the water. No other leaks in the line. All them twists are just slowing down the water now. And this here is definitely just very hard to get it right. Give the tractor a bit more throttle, but this is what I have to do now. Pump across a bit, agitate, spread a bit, pump across, agitate, spread a bit, pump across. That's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of today. Hopefully I get that tank stirred. Hopefully the next shot is of the drone with the tanker. There's only so many times it can show you pumping across water before you get sick and tired of it.
Your life.
actually 2 load empties down the tank and getting back to nearly 2 bays, but it must be like an absolute wall. Do I have a light? No. It must be like a wall because I can suck it to the floor with 2 load. So yeah, not great. So at the minute I'm just pumping water in across the wall into as far into the shed as I can, with the hope that the water falling on it or the liquid, I might bring it forward, might do something for it to get some of a more of a move forward. But yeah, this has been a right pain in the hole. This tank has just been an absolute problem, but only for I have this tank of water behind me. I don't know what I'd do. It'd nearly be a digger job to get it out of it. It's awful bad, awful bad. Anyways, hopefully we'll pick it up again tomorrow and we'll try and get this bloody tank out. So now, everyone, it is our 3rd day up here trying to get this tank out. So I probably could have done it in 1 day if I had spent a full day at it, which is just not going to get the time to do that. So yeah, I'm also quite missing having my suction cup for holding the camera. It's a bit hard to work one-handed. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. It's in load and shovel where we were working last. So yeah, filled the tank last night. I think I said I filled the tank last night before I left, and got another half a bay stirred. So that's a bit of a bonus, getting something out of it. It is a problem. My macerator it won't stay engaged. It's something sticking or something. No, it's engaged. But yeah, so got our half a bay moving, so 2.5 bays moving. So it's coming, but I'm nearly out of water. I have, I'd say, 1 more go of transferring stuff across, and then I'm out of water. And we're just going to have to leave it at that then. Well, a lot of it seems to be, just by the way the tank is looking, I'd say, like when we put the cattle in, the manhole was empty, so we thought it was grand, sure it's empty. But by the way it's looking, I'd say that the farmer only ever managed to agitate maybe 2 bays of it, and that was it. Never got any more than 2 bays of, well, it's 4.5 bay shed with the half a bay outside, but never got the rest of the shed done. And I think that's where a lot of the problem is. It's that long since it's been done. I suppose one thing I wanted to just say while I was at this job with Dribble Bar, people that will be spreading Dribble Bar slurry with tankers, it's the pump. The pump needs watery stuff, and it kind of gauges it fairly well then, but the worst thing you can do is put out thick slurry with a Dribble Bar, because it can get very hard to break down and the grass can often push it up, and you'll see it coming back in the silage. You'll see silage ground after you mulch, you'll see the lines of stuff caked into the ground where it never got to break away from it being too thick going out. So it's one of the things, especially when it's looking ever and ever more likely that the splash plate will be done away with, and we'll be all made go down the Dribble Bar route, which, look, I've none against it. Like the grass seems to grow better after and comes back stronger. So but as more than likely we will be banned from using the splash plate, and it's just something you really need to know when you're doing it, that you your slurry isn't too thick, or particularly on silage ground, it can give you awful trouble. Awful trouble. Anyways, that's that load spread in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Doesn't take long to empty 2,500 gallons with the Mastec dribble bar. Absolutely horses out of it. That's why I travel ground speed is so fast, because it flies out of it. Anyways, back into the yard. We'll take all I can and we'll throw this last cup of water in it, and hopefully we get another bay or more of it moving. That's one of the reasons why I love that sight glass, because there's no more guessing. Is my as the tanker filling, I can see if it's filling. It just, oh, I wish I had a hundred or two tankers. Anyways, go out with this one. And yes, the seat is very bad in this tractor, and I have a new seat, or a new cushion, got for it from Aggerline, just haven't had time to put in yet. Wear out this one another wee bit before I put in the new one, and then get seat covers, so I do know where it's quick. So as you just seen there on the time lapse, I got one load spread. So I actually got 3 load and a bit out of this time. You can see it's gone thick again. So hopefully that's more of the stuff at the back moved down. So I have to pump in water back into all the water I can get out of that other tank. And then that's going to be the last agitating of it. My father, you can hear him. He's just the other side of the hedge there. He's spraying for rushes. So he'll probably call into the yard to see how I'm getting on, and we might do a little bit when he's here. But anyways, get back into 3690, get back in, pump up more water into that tank, give it another go, and see can I get any more of it moving. And we'll do some more time lapsing and maybe fly the drone again. We'll see how we get on. So we just have all the water pumped across there now. Tank isn't just empty. This tank here, it's just giving a bit of grief with bits of plastic and stuff, kept blocking the agitator and that, trying to pump it across. But anyways, we'll go pop this agitator back into the other tank, give it its final spin. I'll throw the suction pipe into that, suck out all I can that's left in it, and then I have to roll up that pipe, and we're near the finish line now, near the finish line at long last. Anyways, get this agitator in, we give this one its final. There's not just enough in that to agitate properly, but we'll stir it as best as we can, and while that's stirring there, we'll suck up that and get that pipe rolled up, which is not going to be simple. No. So that's all I can get on this strip now. That's all I can get started that tank. It's nice stuff. It's nice stuff. One more be much thicker. That slurry just by looking at it there, that's lovely stuff for going out through the dribble bar tanker. It's spot on, it's what you want. Look, I think I got to the 3rd bay of the shed, so still it's not all mixed, but no more water. I'm not going to draw water into it because there's no point. What we'll probably end up doing is we'll turn the down pipe into the shed, and then that way it'll fill itself over time if we get any rain. I can tell you now that for all the rain that fell all around the country, and all the thunderstorm alerts and weather alerts and flash flood alerts, we've only had about 20 minutes of decent rain. I wouldn't call it torrential rain or heavy rain or bucking it down. It was just decent. Like it wasn't heavy enough to make me get into a shed to get out of it. I put it like that. We got about 20 minutes of that. That's all the rain we've got. Hope there's more to come before the weather picks up again. So I think to talk about the weather picking up. But yeah, we could do with it. Crops are kind of suffering from the drought. Everything is coming on ahead, but we'll talk about it in a different video. But anyways, that's it finished, or that's all I'm doing now. So without this, get the tanker, we take out the 2 load that's going to be in it, 3 load, hopefully. So now, just as you've seen there in the tank, I think a lot of stuff that was at the back come down with that with taking out the liquid that time. So there's quite a bit there at the front, but I'm out of water. I'm not going to go start drawing water in, but there's no point. We're just going to have to say a wee prayer and hope that it rains, and that'll fill the tank. We'll get it out then after we got our second cup, hopefully get the rest of it agitated. That'll be the plan. That is it for today's video. Drone footage just to finish it off nice and neat with the last load that I'll be pegging out. So we'll we'll cut to the house now to have a look at the sponsor of today's video, All-Light, with the recently released Perun Mini. We'll come back to the house. So we're back in the house here to look at the newly released light or torch from All-Light, the Perun Mini, which is tiny. Look at it in comparison, the size of my thumb, it is tiny. This is the original Perun I have here. I've used this torch a lot, like quite a lot. Incredibly handy with its head strap for doing work. But one of the reasons why they went and started making a smaller version is because with the head strap, this torch is a slight bit heavy, but this torch, the size of it, there's no weight in it. The battery's good for, on the highest setting, for 98 minutes. It comes with this Velcro Dewey patch that you can put onto your woolly hat, anything. I'm very surprised at how strong the Velcro is. Like, it is literally, I can't really get it off this at the minute with one hand. It is quite strong. The strap is also an optional extra if you're buying the torch for 99p during the sale. The torch has some money off it in the sale, but you can get even more off it if you buy it in a bundle with another torch for £49. These torches are just the perfect mechanic torch, perfect torch to have on the strap for your head, so that you can, when you need your two hands, they're just great, absolutely great. So they are. I definitely highly recommend these ones. I've used this one quite a lot for different jobs. We were squeezing cattle and it got lateness and the chute was in a shed and it was poorly lit, and I had this out and I was working away like there was no tomorrow. Even when it did get dark, work away, absolutely no bother to it. I'm well pleased with them now, well pleased with them. I have a few now at this stage, but I'm well pleased with all the torches I have. Anyways, but if you want to get yourself any other torches, there'll be another huge flash sale from the 22nd of June to the 24th, midnight to 24th of June. So from Monday to Wednesday, you can get up to 40% off a range of their torches and bundles of torches. And also, for any of the products that's not on sale, or if you're watching after the flash sale has happened, the kind people over there give me a coupon code FARM10, so you get 10% off anything else that they have except the X9R torch. And I won't work on any of the sale items, but other than that, it'll work anytime. FARM10, 10% off, kind people at all. And also, not how long are you going to get yourself a Savage Weed torch that I would highly recommend. You also help the channel out as it's an affiliate link, and I get a small commission on any sales. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, highly recommend it. Anyways, we'll finish off the rest of the video. That is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you, if you have any comments, any like that, as always, hit me down in the comments down below. Check out the description for just all sorts of stuff. It's really just a treasure trove of whatever I think of putting into it, if I remember to put half of it into it. And as always, please like and subscribe to the channel, ring that little bell. I'm hoping to do a video soon of how YouTube works and how it works for me, how payment and all that works, so that'll be something down the road. And also, just quickly, something I forgot to say, my plan is we'll be doing another, we'll be just spreading the rest of our own slurry on Saturday, emptying the store and the slatted tank at home. And my plan is to swap this tanker for the agitator, so I can put that tanker on the 3690. So another slurry video hopefully. Father will probably eat the head of me when he sees what I'll be doing, but I just want to test out the tanker, or the 3690 on the tanker, and I know you will enjoy it. But that is it for me for today's video. Hope you keep well, stay safe at Slurry. It's a dangerous, very dangerous job. Mind the fumes and good luck.